The new ranked season is upon us, and with it, a brand new agent. Let's talk about why Neon's addition to Valorant will probably be one of the more controversial ones since the game's release. First of all, let's talk about timing. And sure, there are characters with teleports and movement that kind of break the timing, but we have also seen how powerful those movement abilities can be. Neon takes this movement issue to the next level, however, because Neon Sprint introduces the ability to move from place to place at almost double the speed of a normal character. This might not seem like that big of a deal, but her energy gauge is so easy to manage that it feels like anytime you want to be sprinting, you can be. And this means that Neon fundamentally changes our habitual understanding of how long it takes to get from one place to another on the map. Look at this clip from version 1's Xander, for example. It's super clear that no one on the other team expects him to be able to be behind them this early on in the round. Everyone knows by now that you should be watching your flank at some point in the round, but with Neon, this timing has completely changed and it makes it much harder to predict things like rotation timings, how long you should wait before flashing around a corner, when you hear somebody running at you, and a variety of other habits that players have built up over the last almost 2 years of playing the game. I predict that this will have a pretty powerful effect on the game and cause a lot of frustration for people, at least in the initial stages of the release. The second thing that you need to watch out for Neon is the crouch slide, and a huge part of what makes a tactical shooter like Valorant fun is learning the patterns of the game. Being able to read them allows you to predict where people will be and when you should aim there. And with Neon, we're getting a lot more inconsistencies. When you hear someone running towards an angle, you can confidently place your crosshair and punish them for making noise with an easy headshot in most cases. However, with Neon in the game, it's not going to be nearly as consistent. Without knowing who's rushing the corner, there's now a chance that the correct height to aim at is going to be at crouching level and farther away from the wall. And this doesn't even consider the fact that Neon's accuracy while sliding is nearly perfect to counter you when you're holding. In some sense, this is a way to make the game a little bit less camper friendly and perhaps a bit more active, but it also once again breaks about 2 years of habitual programming that the vast majority of players are used to. The final and biggest issue that I want to touch on with Neon is the overall agent meta. The competitive scene has mostly settled on the best agents for each map and has kind of adopted this very sort of like slow, methodical, stalling style of play. This is not what you see in most ranked games, and I think that while Riot probably was intending for Neon to have some effect on speeding up the pace of play, ranked games tend to be pretty fast anyway. And so what I see in Neon is just another character who is going to promote rushing all the time and encouraging individual plays. Neon is yet another character that rewards high mechanical skill and means that we are probably going to start seeing a meta in ranked and unranked games where Reyna, Jett, and Neon all get insta-locked, because it's not like Reyna or Jett are going to fall off in terms of popularity. I also feel like Neon will probably be a huge favorite for Smurfs, who are going to be able to better abuse her mechanical and movement advantages to stomp players with weaker aim and worse game sense. Don't get me wrong, I am always stoked for new puzzle pieces to work with in the ever-increasing complexity of Valorant, and I am super excited to have been right about Riot giving us an agent from the SEA region, since the Philippines and the rest of Southeast Asia goes super hard in esports. However, I do think that in their attempt to speed up the pace of play at the professional level, Riot might be causing some wider spread issues for the average player in Act 4. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I know Neon's fun and she will be very fun for the people that are playing her, but is she going to make the game less fun overall as a result?